Friday is one of those movies that just got everything right. Hilarious, ridiculous, and still real in its own way. The character is iconic, but if we're being honest, there is one guy who completely stole the show, and that's Smokey, played by Chris Tucker. He's got frenemies, problems, and worst of all, he's got to deal with himself. In case you need a refresher though, Friday dropped in 1995. The whole movie is set in one day. Craig, played by Ice Cube, just got fired for stealing boxes of all things in the world. Rent's due, his girlfriend's wild, and his best friend Smokey owes the local drug dealer money that he has absolutely no idea how he's going to get. And it's only barely lunchtime. Now, who hasn't had a friend like Smokey? That dude who's always fun to be around, but also is always in trouble with one person or one thing or another. He smokes like a chimney, literally ignores, don't get high on your own supply, and somehow manages to turn every situation into a mess, but in the funniest way possible. See, Craig gets caught up in funny situations, such as his dad giving him a lecture while taking a dump, Craig being unable to get breakfast in the morning, or living next to a little person and his cheating wife. But Smokey is the funny situation. Whether he's smoking the wrong thing and ending up in his underwear, trying to finesse his way out of paying a big Worm, or straight up not having house keys so he has to do a number 2 outside. Smokey is that guy. But if there's one scene that sums up Smokey in my opinion, it's when Big Worm calls him up. Smokey owes him money. Smokey knows this, we knows this, and what does he do? He starts counting out cash in the most obviously ridiculous way possible. Like Big Worm can't tell he's short, and of course he does. He does instantaneously.
What's up, Big Perm? Big Worm?
You saw that, bud?
That's old son.
Well, give me the rest. Somebody want a couple 20s around the corner.
Nah, this bullshit. You know I sold that shit.
You count on my money.
Yo, shut the hell up. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140.
Wait a minute, man. That's $100. Stop playing with me, Smokey.
You know what happened? You gonna laugh your ass off. You know Craig? Craig got fired yesterday.
What the that got to do with me?
That's the thing about Smokey though. He doesn't plan. He doesn't stress. He just does whatever he feels like. Even when he's gambling with Debo, who, by the way, everyone knows not to mess with, including Smokey.
I won. Give me my money.
You what?
I lost.
Anyways, he somehow thinks that he can finesse his way through all things. Spoiler alert, he cannot. Now, yeah, Friday is a stoner comedy gold, to be honest, but let's be real. Smokey's situation isn't all jokes. Look at Craig. His life isn't great, but he's got his parents who have jobs. Craig himself has some semblance of a job history. He's got some kind of structure, his dad really, really loves him. Smokey, though, no father figure, barely any guidance to begin with, and pretty much left to raise himself. So when you think about it, his whole situation, or his whole I do whatever I want attitude, it's not just about fun, it's also about, well, one, there's really nothing else he knows how to do because no one else is really gonna guide him to do it, so he kind of has to do whatever he wants. And two, escapism. Smoking, joking around, chasing girls, it's all a way to avoid his reality. And yet, despite everything though, he's never really sad, or at least never really shows it. Even with the drug dealer coming after him, his life in peril, he just kind of tries to figure it out. It's just another day in the neighborhood rather than like an actual life or death situation. Like I never really felt like their lives were ever in real danger. And a lot of that has to do with just Smokey's attitude toward the whole thing. That to me is why Smokey is such a legendary character. He's hilarious, chaotic, but also kind of tragic in a way that makes him real. And Chris Tucker, dude, crushes this role, like absolutely blows it out of the water. It's actually not my favorite Chris Tucker role, but it's definitely up there. My favorite is still, I forget the character's name, but he plays like this prince-like character in The Fifth Element. I think he freaking destroyed that role.
Be bothered. I prefer to remain anonymous.
But Anyways, that's it for today. Like, comment, share this out. And until next time, is Smokey your favorite character or is he your least favorite character?